Howdy guys, my name is Papa Conley. Welcome to Ace Attorney. We're playing more of this today. And if I'm right, I think we're finishing up the third case of the first game today. I think. Yeah, we are. Anyways, sorry, I just need... There we go. Bro, is my stream connected? Yeah, no, it's streaming. Just not showing me. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now things are now that things are being strange. Time to start playing some Ace Attorney. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix? Your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know you're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that, or we lose the trial. This is gonna be easy. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. As unexpected facts come to the attention of the court, yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studio. Today I would like to show the evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Wonder if it'll be that producer. Prosecution calls Mr. Salmon. I just realized what his name was a play on. Okay, Salmonella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude can you get? You don't know about me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai. It physically hurts to say his lines. Okay, no, I'm just not gonna speak for him. You guys are gonna have to read it. You have to read it now. Salmonella, I'm a director of television. We are at Global Studios the day of the murder. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix. Start by picking its testimony apart. If Will Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right, she doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. I was at the studios from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I heard that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 o'clock. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chair. That's about it. Time Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30, and according to your testimony, you were in the meeting at that time. Right? You may begin cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What do I have for evidence again? Right. Okay. Scene run through. Alright, I was doing an action scene run through. No, I wanted to press that. No, I wanted to press that. Okay, there we go. The employee area? That's right. There's a fight scene between Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Was anyone else in the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. Can get you to eat. Yeah, no steak. Can you believe it? That's been tough. Phoenix, yeah. So, Yep. Okay, there we go. That's how I get that one. Good call. Sweat and I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. I did eat, after all. T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat later. Took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then. Second, if they took break in the meeting, that contradicts his testimony. Haha! Wait, can I present anything about the meeting? Nope. Haha! Press harder. Keep pressing him. Always press. Never back down. Never surrender. Yada yada yada. Oh, I guess I did take a little break. Phoenix, great job. They took a break. One that could have them gone to the studio at that time, Your Honor. Let's call the witness to testify to the court about his break. Very well, Mr. Manala. Your testimony, please. Why is he laughing? Stop it. Stop it. Cease and desist. Cease and desist. Yeah. Fool. We took a break. Ruffle. But it was only about 15 minutes. 15. That's only 13 and... Ha. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1. Lol. Only enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. Yeah. Okay, no, I'm not. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was around from 2:30 or so until 2:45. I mean, could we present that? During those 15 minutes, eating my T-bone steak. Yeah, that's a good question. Is it possible for them to go to Studio One? Yeah, no. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting that the people in Studio Trailer went to Studio One. Well, Mr. Wright, I think this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. I'm gonna claim it. And probably be wrong, but Powers is gonna be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30 time exactly during the meeting break. 15 minutes, the murder is certainly a possibility. Suppose you might say that. I suppose that you might say that. Alright, I got the judge thinking now. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh, what? Are you going to pull out an updated autopsy report? Is that what you're about to do, huh? Huh? Dull moment, Mr. Wright. You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record. No, please, please, no. Mrs. Monkey's head passed through. Okay, no, he's not updating the autopsy report yet. Well, you're right. True, the break-in that the trailer came right at the time of death. However, the path from here to the crime scene was blocked. The fallen Miss Monkey head barred the way. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. No kind of argument? I'm afraid you lose this. I see. I see. We have found that there were several people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. For there is no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, and no one other than Mr. Parker could have worn it that day, all that is lacking is the decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I am afraid I would have found Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Who is this witness? Oh, it's gonna be the child, isn't it? But I will have order. See? The court will take 10 minutes recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone's in that trailer has an alibi. Sorry, thanks. I guess I was wrong. But Mia, don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. Never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. The only thing that became clear in your cross-examination, people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. Now, there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? Kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you're innocent, then we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. You're the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Yeah, for the kids. The children. The youngsters. Younglings. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel question. Okay, buddy. Okay, pal. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. Prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on. Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do. There we go. Now you can see him. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness. Why? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Ugh. Cody? Answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling that this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, Cody. He's having trouble with the gentle thing. You were at Global Studios on the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just, Mr. Edgeworth will be fine. I prefer bearded gentlemen, thank you. A very long day. Incidentally, the photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. But my apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like a special permission, if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had bargain terms with a kid and you lost? Dang. Hey, I just got this new camera. I don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, what if we had that camera on the day of the murder? Better make a note of in the court record. Cody's camera added to the court record. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court what you saw the day of the incident. Witness's account. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods, off the path, so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I kinda got lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came a bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell ya. Anyways, I couldn't get into a studio, so I went home. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle, remember. You're talking to a child. This kid's tougher than most adults seen here. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do. I've taped every show. And I go to all the live performances. That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh. My dad always takes me. Poor dad. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. His dad's probably rich or something. Was that the first time you've been to the studio? Actually, I've been a couple of times. I never managed to get on there on rehearsal days. But that security lady's always yelling. Right. Please continue. Chill, Pops. I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez. No, he has a point. Went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. Press. Off the path? Yeah, you know how the studio's in the valley there. If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. I see. Anyhow, I was going for the studio. I kind of got lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. Wait, nope, go back. I meant to... Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio? Unusual? Do you see this monkey by any chance? Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted. So you went straight to the studio? Wait a minute. What? We don't want. Don't you want to look at that? You know? Don't you want to take a look and see that his head wasn't? Okay. Got lost in the woods? Yeah. I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? Got by the studio and there was the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. Looked like he was thinking about something before going in. He opened up the gate and went inside. I see. What then? Totally rock right before my eyes. Out came a bad guy. What sort of bad guy was it? A person, kind of tall, skinny. Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know. He was kind of far away. Huh, he's being awfully vague. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow. What happened to the bad guy? Huh? Well, he kind of didn't move. Not a bit, like he was dead. Guess he's a real pro. What a great actor. Yes, I suppose he was. Had my camera with me, I would have been time for the shot, I tell ya. If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, it's not like I have it all the time. Really? Guessing the killing freaked him out and he went home. Phoenix, remember, he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm. Easy for you to say. Going for the studio. What was the time you got lost? He got lost at? Okay, hear me out. Path to glory. I made a mistake. Wait. Did I press on the wrong thing? Nope, I made a mistake. Okay. What about the whole, like... Aha! What you said seems a little strange. Don't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. I was putting the pressure on too much. What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. Kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody. I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel are you to terrorize a poor child so? I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? Bro, we just gaslit Edgeworth. Yeah. So I have my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court what you were busy watching. Yeah, I had my camera with me. But I was glued to the action. Couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham. Then, the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules. Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. 8, your cross-examination. Get my camera with me. No. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away, not even once. Okay, then tell us exactly what happened. But yeah, I'm getting to that. Steel Samurai goes for the bad guy. Wham! Bad guy attacked him first? Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? Told you, person. He was a person. How was he dressed? Kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see. And what happened next? Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. How exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With samurai kick and a samurai punch. Samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. Still being vague about this. Come on, don't give me that look, Pops. How should I play this? Press him harder. I don't care if it's a child. Confront mortality. Something was bothering me. Before you said you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yeah, you missed the most important part? What is the meaning of this? Lewis has stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer used a samurai slap. The best kind. My point is, Cody, you may have seen the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. I just noticed the box. That's cute. Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how you might have missed something so vital? Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you were the one right on track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you could figure this out, Mr. Wright. Your answer? I guess I'll say he couldn't watch it, or he was watching something. He couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder taking place at his age? Show evidence, I guess. I guess I'll show evidence with the camera. Does this work? Let's say that he recently received his camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah, correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey. Bullseye. Well, what's your problem, Pops? Got a thing for picking on little kids? Yes, I do. Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. You just bullied a child. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize that there was no way he could just stand out there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody? There's only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight. That was because you wanted to take a picture. Having just received your camera, you weren't used to it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. She's just encouraging us to bully the child. And I'm all for it. Bully the youngling. No mercy. The defense would like to request Cody Hackins. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera and why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Just a 10th, just like a 4th grader or something. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. He held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure. But I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyways. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Pops? Yeah, I called you Pops, you spiky-haired geezer. Geezer? I'm Mr. Edgeworth, and I'm the beer gentleman. That's what I hate about you two grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious. Okay, off with the gloves. Testify, witness, testify. Yipes. Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So you did see the beginning of the fight. Yeah? Did you notice anything unusual? Well, I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely. My camera to take the picture. Why couldn't you take a picture? New camera has too many buttons, I couldn't figure it out. I take a picture, I really tried. Ones wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground. In the Steel Samurai. That's all that happened, yep. That's all? Yeah, I told you. Didn't take a picture. I would've. Really? Take a picture? Not even one. Press him. Continue to bully the child. I definitely took a picture. There's gotta be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackers. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey. Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow. This feels great. Apparently, Phoenix Wright enjoys bullying children. Good to know. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody? So you erased them? Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know. Why do I want to keep a picture like that? Going less and less cooperative. Bet if I find a clear contradiction soon. Must be something. Dig up the dirt. Haha! Cody? What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. Just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam. I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Cody? You really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackett. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai won. I see. Do you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all those pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? The Steel Samurai just defeated his adversary. Certainly would have expected to see a picture of it in his album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No, wait. No way. Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. What that truth is? Mia, are we sure about this? They actually? Yes. Pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. Alright, Phoenix, please explain to the court what's going on here. Why was there no picture on the day of the murder? What could the boy have possibly took? No, I'm not doing that. Steel Samurai didn't win. Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. And the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell us the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way. No. It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased its precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. He had to admit they saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Literally could not handle. the truth. Or I will have order. Witness, I mean Cody. Is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Cry. Cry. Your tears nourish me. They nourish Phoenix. Phoenix is nourished by the tears of children. The day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. The Steel Samurai was murdered, not the victim. And according to your witness testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. Aha. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer. He was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Order. So the Steel Samurai in this photograph? You're saying this man in the costume was the victim? Mr. Jack Hammer? That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Hammer was present at all the action scene run-throughs that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Willpower's foot injury. But wait, had Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in your testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor is there a picture of him. Waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. He snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. Thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops. Excuse me? Actually, there was only one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What? Show us quick. No, man, if you're gonna look at me like that. Now. Here, this is it. Look at this, it's a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This is decisive evidence. Sorry, but this doesn't look like it's proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix. What? Look at the photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. The photo is all the evidence we have to win the trial. What? Your Honor. May I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know in that photo. That's a 2. Your Honor, look at this. I see. A gate? Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see. Well, it looks like a 2. Certainly not. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees where I'm getting at. But that's impossible. What's this all about? Please explain so I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. Bio is found here in Studio 1. What do we see in this photo that was taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on the gate, Your Honor. Here's the true scene of the crime. Gee, I wonder where the murder took place. I wonder where the murder took place. Here at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. Path was blocked. Path to the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. Path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Or Mr. Solomon Ellis' testimony. I'd like to remind the court. Said no one in the trailer was guilty because they couldn't have gone to Studio 1. Yet the actuality, the reverse was true. Someone in the trailer could have committed the murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime. Studio 2. If you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. Now that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Mr. Vasquez was outside eating steak. They're at the scene of the crime. Order, order. The offense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Miss Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. And then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim? The victim? Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim's Jack Hammer stole this costume. We have sleeping pills. Or an empty container of sleeping pills. Sleeping medicine. I think I'm right, though. He may sleep. This is an empty medicine bottle. This is found on the table in the employee area. Same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills. Sleeping pills? Offended, Mr. Powers spent the entire afternoon... A friend of mine just sent a picture of the group chat of a cat octopus. And I don't know how I feel about that. Where were we? Oh yeah, the defendant, Mr. Powers, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes, but there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. Yeah, continue. On test of Powers' blood, you should find traces of the sleeping pills. This is much time after the day of the murder, if there were traces. Oh, yeah, I guess fingerprint the bottle. That'd make more sense. And I did very well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle finger claims. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should be on the bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle. Empty bottle given to the judge. The court will suspend the proceedings on the on the current trial for today. Cody Hackins' testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have been very different than we previously thought. Steel Samurai seen by Mrs. Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of this crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Your homework is to find the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? And who killed him? And why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth? You may need to reconsider your stance on this case. Above all, you'll need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. If you say so, Your Honor. That trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. Adjourned. Why did I say adjourned? Don't think that's how you pronounce that. Whew, that was a close one. Well, saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. Though seriously about going home after 3 times during the trial. Me too. Really? Both seem so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Dead? Of course, we're kidding. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we We have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Thanks, Sniff. Save. We're almost done. Got one more investigation, then one more trial. And I don't think this investigation takes very long, if I'm right. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad, I'm sorry I missed it. Oh. Maya's back. So what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system introduced about 2 or 3 years ago. That's so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials had to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What, you mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. We'd go through the trouble stealing it. That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where the trailer is. What? Maya's always this excitable. Any ideas? Can't see what's going on when Mia's in there, so no, I've not noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go to talk to Will Powers. Will Powers, right. Yeah, I guess we go to Will Powers then. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed them in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP. Only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. There's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Wait, let's check in on the guard. Let's see how he's doing. Guard monitors the visitor room. He seems frozen in awe of willpower. Okay, nothing new. Producer Vasquez. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. Genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eyes. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everybody knows the name's Salmonella. He's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. Imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. Was he a big star back in the day, right? But they just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yeah, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. We just stopped taking big roles. That's why he banned appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. Just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Anything to say about... Just anything to say about Path of Glory? Have you seen this, Mr. Powers? What's that? I've never seen these Steel Samurais in my life. These are the Steel Samurais that appear on live shows. Fanboy collected all these pictures himself. Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean so much to these kids, you know? Sniff. Yeah, I don't really have anything I could present to you. Guess we'll move out to the studio. Oh, hey. I've seen Stay Night. I've seen Fate Stay Night. That's about it. Also, welcome back, Reen. And you missed the trial. The second trial. We're starting the investigation for the third trial or third day. Third day of the trial. You know what I mean. Basically, we proved that basically we know Mr. Hammer stole a suit and all that. One bag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick, I think your guard's down. Yeah, but we could even eat those donuts in the station if we want to. Why would you want that? You eat, you die. Woo, she's alive. Why would you want to eat those donuts? They're stale. They're definitely stale by now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll check out, yeah, I'm meaning to check out Zero in Heaven's Feel at some point, because I really did like Stay Night. It's probably one of my favorites. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. As a lot of things on my anime list. I just recently finished up One Punch Man. Like, actually finished it up. I started watching it, then I left it behind, which was a bummer, because I think One Punch Man would also be considered one of my favorites. And then I finally finished it. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Director Manella. Can I ask you about Sal Manella, the director? Sal? He's a soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he like... I just remembered my voice for her. And also, yay. Yay, good to know that Sal Manella's a masochist. Make any sense, Nick? Or no, it doesn't, Maya. Of course Sal Manella's a masochist. Heaven's Feel is more a series of horror films than shonen by... Good to know! About Mr. Hammer. I heard what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag a star down from the sky and stomp on it, calling him a criminal. A thief! I won't forget this. Oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. I can't think of anything to ask her about, so I'll just go to Studio 1. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer pulled out the studio. He left there to go to Studio 2. Right, but why? Why don't some call him, like the director or the producer? Guess check out Studio 2 first. Oh, hey, look! It's the producer, who is has no affiliation to anything that would make this dangerous. Hello? Come on, Maya. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she has to say, apparently. You think about Mr. Hammer? Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really pissing me off. Oh, dear. Anything about Will Powers? I have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it? Nick, she did it. She's the killer. Miss Faye. Dang. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. Let's talk about that, man. Perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh, dear. Now, is Mr. Manella in the trailer? Well. Actually, wait. Back. I don't see anything to investigate. Unless... Oh, no. Trash can, maybe? Yep. Maybe this. Nope. Well, I don't remember where Salmonella is. I'm pretty sure he's in the employee area. I think. Not sure. October 19th, Global Studios employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. We're still having a murder trial. Hey, there's Gumshoe. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean you almost had a heart attack. Guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatic indeed. Oh, I get actor in him because there was a murder on a studio. Wait, where are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. The plate. So you're looking for a trace of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to the sleeping pill. See, if there's traces in it, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? No, everything in due time, pal. Well, testing solution on the plate changed color, all right. So the food on the plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. How goes your investigation? Tell you the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some of the people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. Kind of feel bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Mr. Edgeworth just, like, recreating that, like, one meme of just the guy with, like, the concerned look with, like, bottles of alcohol next to him. Edgeworth is out of control. He's in the waiting room and he crushed the paper cup with hot coffee in it. Wow. Talk about burns, pal. Ah, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles. Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, sounds like the ones who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Yep, back to... Okay. Anything to say on any of the stuff, maybe? Monkey, maybe? Okay, I'm gonna assume not. I guess we'll move into the dressing room. Oh, hey, there's Penny. What are you doing here? I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of Steel Samurai. What? No! Poor Edgeworth. Oh, and Maya, I guess. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? Well, the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh. I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. Guess the rumor must be true, then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, has some kind of hold on Hammer. She has some dirt on him. He'd do anything she'd say, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. In class, how what? What? Okay, Big Tuna just showed up, said in class, "How dare you?" A up, and then bye. So basically, he said in class, "How dare you?" Then greeted me, and then disappeared. Reed, you do see this, right? You saw that, right? I'm not the only one confused here. I'm not gonna question it. You know what? No, he wins. Tuna wins. Tuna's confused me officially. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. Left the film set the way it was too. The film set? Was that the trailer part of the film set then? Last episode. Yeah, see, I'm not. What just happened? Oh, wait, we're back to 2 viewers again. Which means Big Tuna will show up. Is probably just came back. Or something. I'm so confused. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. Those are lame. I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Studio policy. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. Want quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? And Edgeworth? And Maya? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ended, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah, I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. My attorney's badge! What's this? This is why you can't stop the Steel Samurai. Sorry, I don't understand. Neither do I, Nick. Funny. Let's try that again. I guess the path to glory. Ah, this is a fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show should be canceled just so some adults can save face. What do you think would happen to that better than anyone? You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell you what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Can you tell us what happened 5 years ago? I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyways, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. That's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. That's why Mr. Hammer wouldn't do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. What are you still sneaking around for? If you like the place so much, why don't you take it over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. He's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. Yeah, she probably has rabies. I want to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nichols? Nichols? Nichols. Nick, Penny Nichols, the assistant we talked to? Oh, right. Anyways, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers? Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun. No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. They claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? Well, I mean... Probably the sleeping pills. My proof. Well, what's the anti-boss supposed to prove? The ball of sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that... Probably the steak. This probably ate his T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate they used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder in the... on the plate. I see. Poor, poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag, you're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. The worst, a paparazzi took photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. This is why I played the Godfather theme midstream that one time. Literally, there's the reason. Well, obviously, our one viewer who speaks in chat obviously knows this. But for the people watching on YouTube, this is why. I see. But you have to understand, the poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag? Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph. Wait a second. This is the picture? This is the trailer in Studio 2. Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. 5-year-old photo added to the court record. And if I was a betting man... Oh, my food's ready. Let's finish up the stream first. If I was a betting man... Something tells me Miss Vasquez would like to see that photo. He's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, Oldbag. Old? Means the security lady. Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway, Miss Vasquez. You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. The huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about more. Inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she here to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez? You were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing the kids show for a petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But he used to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Octocat. It was used to... Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And you think that was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That's what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? I ran him hard, believe you and me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence, boys. Da 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 da. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at racing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? Pretty sure you have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Here comes best boy. Heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez. You're coming down to the precinct with me now. Humph. Not bad. Very well. Appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? So I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've always wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. Who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Alright. Let's do the last trial, finish this up, and then tomorrow we'll start one of a very important case after this one. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for his case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call the people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. With their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call out your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. D. Vasquez is a producer who presented in Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. The day of the murder, you were in the trailer Studio 2? As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know what she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Day of the murder. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 2 o'clock sharp, and it ended at 4 o'clock. Did I say 2 o'clock? I meant to say 12. There was a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. Have him take me in that. Thought it might be risky to walk, or with the monkey head toppling over. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Entered the trailer a little before noon. yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. Witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Where exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. Being at 4 o'clock and rehearsal scheduled for 5 o'clock. I would think that between those times, you'd think... Come on, all you said was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on. You said Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. What were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed the murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. Some evidence to prove she didn't eat the steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. Okay, so... Nope, can't look at the other photo from here. So I had Sal take me. I mean, maybe I could present the T-bone steak plate, but due to the fact that there were no large bones on the plates there, but that's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, let's try it. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's the plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. You can see a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright? Need to remind you it was T-bone steak. Exactly my point. Remember, if you will. Yet there were no bones on the plate. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. Didn't eat the steak. Took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. What was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran to the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. A little presumptuous. I'll be up in a moment. I'm just finishing up the stream. shouldn't take me too long. Isn't that a little presumptuous? That's the stunt where you're trying to pull, right? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Joke's on you, I will lose, because I have no wits. Let us see. I was on murder again. Oh yeah, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that spear as a weapon? Could you? Pretty much anyone would. Ha. You see? Yes, however, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. It would be these things. So-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. As the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. You are quite sane. Are you aware of what you're saying? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Ray, how can you... I can tell you. Your confidence is somewhat unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Now we present the spikes. Look at this photo. What's this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing on top of the stairs. Order, order. Can't have this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? The photograph from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This photo of that very accident, not a word was leaked of the outside. It was a close kept secret of the studio. To do with the current case. Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? How the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It was 2:30 the day of the murder. Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs into the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Whether she did it on accident or by purpose, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? In the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Then claiming that I carried the body of Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could that have disposed of the body? Probably the van. She couldn't. She had another way. She had another way to carry the body other than her own hands. For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 50 minutes. There was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it, Mr. Wright. Please show us how she carried the body. Oh, I think I know how she carried the body. Probably with a van. Pretty obvious. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Call your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to the Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everything else, you got there and put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right? Don't forget it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? I'll say he was. Of course, Sal Manella's been a conspirator. Body had to be placed in the van and put in the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that all alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned that in the incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. Humph. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win. Confetti. So, what happens next? Don't question mark me. You have to say anything. Say. What do you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Who can say? Huh? We just proved you did. We just proved you did. No, don't do this. Decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? No, don't start pulling this. Or, Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely that she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Miss Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? No. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Not sure the question to help the court getting close to a verdict. Okay, tell her to testify again, I guess. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright? Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. What would have happened if I said it again? You say the same questions, get the same answers. Waste of time. To come so far only to fail. Well, for the question, I'd like to end the cross-examination. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. Yikes. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Doesn't make any sense, Your Honor. I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth? I, too, see little point making Vasquez repeat. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily I say, go. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. Witness will testify to the court concerning... Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it, too. But... The one that always gets the guilty verdict, after all, that's Edgeworth. Old Salem. Old Bag, insisting there was one. Immediately called the police. Police showed up. Security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing out Power saying he did it. I asked her to be left out of the proceedings. Went back to the trailer, get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. See no issues raised by this testimony, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're real close. She must be acting tough now. What time was that? We were at the meeting 5 o'clock for rehearsal. So I say it was then. Did you arrive, Mr. Manila? So, around 10 minutes before. When stuffing any bodies in costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonell's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying. But boy, we'll continue her testimony. Don't get a call to him. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? Seem calm enough when you accused you of murder? Sigh. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? Way around? You discovered a murder body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? To agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one was there thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him... Alright, let me see if I can save this somehow. We're gonna save this here. I'm gonna have to end off the episode early here. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.